Well, if you've ever watched PSE'S Wild Outdoors, you know that we like to bow hunt everything, including turkeys. This is a story about how and why we started shooting turkeys in the head. Welcome to PSE'S Wild Outdoors.
A bow hunter is someone who embraces the ultimate challenge and becomes one with nature. Overcoming obstacles, enduring difficulties, patiently waiting for opportunities that may not come. This is bow hunting. Outdoorsmen by nature, bow hunters by choice. This is PSE'S Wild Outdoors, and we bow hunt everything. And it all starts now.
You know, I've been turkey hunting my whole life, but I probably didn't start bow hunting for turkeys till the 1990s. I think it was just wanted more of a challenge. It was definitely a challenge, a whole different ball game chasing them with a bow. Yes.
I tell you, anytime you get a chance to take one of these things with a bow, there's a lot of luck involved.
Well, I'd been working for the Wild Outdoors for a couple of years, and I think it was actually 2002.
I'll never forget this hunt with Mac. We were in Nebraska and just had an incredible hunt that morning. I had a bird come in and I shot it.
Awesome.
He killed his bird right in the decoys, and next thing I know, I had the bow picked up, Jay had the video camera, and there was another turkey coming in.
Yes. Yes, my first gobbler with a bow. Yes, yes.
So apparently, if I don't know what to say, I'm gonna go with yes, yes, yes.
Boy, I tell you, it just worked out beautiful this morning. It just doesn't get any prettier than this.
As time wore on, we got to where we were doing pretty good with this bow hunting turkey thing. We kind of started to figure it out a little bit.
That's all we did at the Wild Outdoors. When it was springtime, we were bow hunting turkeys.
But there was this one guy that we had been watching shoot turkeys for a couple years. His name's Keith Beam, very good friend of ours. And we'd been watching him shoot these things in the head.
The footage had so much shock value. And one of the hunts I remember with Keith very vividly, before I even met him, I saw the footage where the gobbler climbed up on the hen's back and was trying to breed the decoy, and Keith shot it right in the head.
Got his head off.
As it turns out, I invited Keith down to Iowa. I wanted to see this for myself.
Smoking his head. That is stone dead smoking Joe Frazier. Nice job. Beautiful job. Oh, is that gorgeous? And it was picture perfect. It doesn't get any better. And I have never sat in the blind and saw someone head shoot one
and call their shot before they did it. And you, I've seen some headshot, but it was on accident. But that wasn't on accident. That is
a big bird.
I bet you this bird weighs 26 pounds. I mean, he's heavy. Well, you know, I started thinking, if crazy old Keith Beam, the one that almost killed himself, Ninja Man doing a backflip, can shoot him in the head, I got to give this a shot.
And even though we didn't realize it at the time, that hunt in Iowa would forever change the way the wild outdoors bow hunted turkeys.
This segment of PSE'S Wild Outdoors is brought to you by Sitka Gear.
PSE'S Wild Outdoors is being brought to you by PSE Archery, Yeti Coolers built for the wild, Stirka Optics, / Inset Blade Arrow System, Carbon Force PSE Arrows, Hueyman Extendable Saws, Polaris, Sitka Gear, and Maverick Blinds, a lifetime of hunting.
Well, after we had Keith down that first time in Iowa, we decided it was our turn to start trying to shoot him in the eyeball.
Rock on.
Well, after the hunt in Iowa, it really got us to thinking that maybe we need to change the way we're going to do everything with our turkey hunts. The headshots just seemed like, you know, nobody was doing it. It seemed like it was the thing that maybe could set us apart.
It wasn't if we were going to shoot a turkey in the head, it was when.
And it made a lot of sense. The pros way outweighed the cons. For one, we're going to have the turkeys really close, which means the footage is going to be phenomenal.
I mean, first and foremost, if you hit a turkey in the head, the good news is you don't have to track it.
We were going to be able to utilize more of the wireless cams, which would make for some great footage. That was awesome. Awesome. That was my first true headshot.
The interesting part about that hunt in Nebraska, not only was it Dad's first turkey headshot, but that was also the first hunt I had ever filmed.
Well, just like in that video with Cole, shooting a turkey in the head is a great way to make a double happen.
The best way to double up is for the first guy to drop that bird right in his tracks with a headshot. That second bird is not going to go anywhere. More times than not, he'll get on top of that bird, start pecking him, give the second guy a shot too.
Too bad there wasn't three.
I know. We'd have got
Would
him
have kept
too.
all three of them around.
Well, we hurried in after we went and ate breakfast and we got set up, and we haven't been in here for 10 minutes and one just gobbled closer than 100 yards, so hopefully there's more down here gobbling too, so hopefully we can call one of them in.
You look like one of those guys in the movie Men in Tights. Oh, shoot. That was awesome. We had an incredible hunt. Wyatt just joined the Headshot Club.
It was just an awesome hunt. Finally got my headshot.
Wyatt made an absolute perfect shot. Much better than the ones I'd made. He hit this thing right in the side of the head.
This segment of PSE'S Wild Outdoors is brought to you by Polaris.
This segment of PSE'S Wild Outdoors is brought to you by Hueyman Extendable Saws.
Well, after we all got our first headshot under our belt, we were just getting started. Now let's go out to Nelson Outfitters, where I've got my lucky sunglasses on, my hat, and try and shoot another one in the head.
All right, first evening, one of my favorite places to hunt, Nelson Outfitters right here in beautiful Sheridan, Wyoming. Merriam's galore. We just got set up. We saw some birds on the other side of the river. We got over here, got set up, got the decoys out, got the dirty bird out. We're gonna give them a little call here and see if we can't get some response. I see a big old gobbler full fan over here. Here comes another gobbler and some jakes right here. And he come across and went right to the decoys. Awesome, beautiful bird too. That was sweet. That was beautiful.
Well, it is the 10th of May.
Yep.
This is my first turkey of the year. I had to come to Nelson Outfitters to change my luck. And as always, we got in this afternoon. They've put us on birds, and they are beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful bird.
Well, those Merriam's turkeys are beautiful. Now here is one of my favorite headshots.
All right, well, we were just getting ready to pack up and leave. And actually Jennings had his blind taken down. And we were out there just BSing. And one gobbled right up on the ridge. And so we set our stuff back up. We're thinking he may come down here. Just had a gobbler come out. I don't know what he's doing, but I hope he comes over here. We just got us a big old gobbler right in the decoys. Awesome. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, everything was awesome but my hair.
And he came right up to the decoy. That ought to be awesome.
Well, here's our bird from this morning. We almost gave up, and we decided whenever we got the blinds taken down that one was gobbling up there, so we decided we'd stay. And it's a good thing we did, because we had this guy come out in the field, and when he saw the decoy, he just, well, you saw, he made a beeline right to it. And I couldn't be happier, because I've hunted 3 weeks in Missouri now, and this is my first turkey. So I'm glad I finally got one killed.
Make sure and check out our new website at bowhunteverythingtwo.com for merchandise and videos and everything wild outdoors. Also follow along on Facebook and Twitter for our daily updates from the field. Well, we've shared a lot of successful hunts with you today, but be rest assured, not all of them always went as planned. Well, we're certainly not experts at this by any stretch. I don't think anybody ever becomes an expert, but we have had a lot of trial and errors. We've had a lot of things that have worked and a lot of things that haven't. We'll pass along a couple of things that do work and really help if you're going to try and head shoot these turkeys. One is we really prefer to use a stuffed decoy, you know, like a real mounted decoy. You know, there's a lot of different decoys out there on the market, but nothing beats close to the real thing as you can get. It doesn't get much better than that this morning.
Another thing to consider whenever you put your decoys out, you know, put them close. If you're trying to shoot them in the head, it's a pretty small target, so the closer they are, the better chance you got.
They're not all going to come to the decoys, but when you get one that wants to react, you want to make sure that it's in the exact position you want this bird to shoot him.
They do make some broadheads that are specifically designed for shooting turkeys in the head. They have a great big cutting diameter, and those are great within their range.
We, over the years, have come to the conclusion that we like to shoot an expandable broadhead. We want that pinpoint accuracy, because to be honest with you, most of our shots are under 10 yards, and a lot of times the birds are standing still. But if you get a bird in there and he happens to see you draw, he turns to spook and walk away or let his fan down, you know, then you're good to go shooting him right in the back, and you're gonna drop your turkey and harvest him that way too.
One of the hardest things to do when you're shooting them in the head is you get a turkey that close. It's really hard to come to full draw. I can attest to this, that once they see you come to full draw and they start leaving and you're trying to shoot a moving turkey in the head, it just becomes about 3 times harder than it actually is, because you're not gonna get it done. Or I never do. I've seen Keith do it a few times, but I can't hit him walking away.
Oh, I get sick of it. I don't know how. There's gotta be a good way to be able to get to full draw when they're at the decoy.
If you get a turkey that comes in and he's a little bit spooky, just wait till he turns away from you, especially if his head's hid from the fan. That's a great time to come to full draw. The biggest advice I can give you is just don't get excited when that bird commits and he's walking in. Don't try and just come to full draw as he's coming in. Let him get in the decoys, let him relax, then pick your spot, make your draw, and make the shot. Well, we sure hope that you've enjoyed the history of the headshot here at the Wild Outdoors. If you have never tried it, you need to get out there and give it a shot. No pun intended. Well, that's about all the time we've got for this week. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week right here on PSE'S Wild Outdoors.